Planet Vero Studios, brought to you by Evergreen Media, creating cohesive marketing campaigns. Evergreen Media in Vero Beach.
Treasure Coast Connector, connecting residents and businesses of the Treasure Coast. And here's your host, Ellen Contreras.
Welcome to Treasure Coast Connector. I'm your host, Ellen Contreras. Treasure Coast Connector is the show, an online forum spotlighting local businesses and resources, connecting them to you, the consumers in the community. Everyone has an interesting story of why they do what they do. And when you are learning about businesses in your own backyard and supporting them, new intro I'm trying out here. And when you shop locally, it strengthens the local economy. For details on this show, promos, discounts, past interviews, visit tcconnector.com. I've only practiced that 50 times this morning, Lisa Duke, but I want people to understand that when you are moving more and eating less, you should be losing weight. It should be that simple. But if it were, we would all be fit and trim. So it's a matter of the gray matter between our ears and harnessing that. So Lisa Duke has been on this show before. She is a certified weight loss coach, Lisa Duke Coaching Weight Loss University, and you have successfully lost 50 pounds in your 40s, which I don't believe you're in your 40s. I think you're in your 30s. She's mistaken. And you have kept it off for years. And now you are helping others on their weight loss journey. So welcome back to the show.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah. And I really did. I practiced that. And because you know what I don't want to do? I don't want to read it because I know I'm being filmed.
Yes.
So I don't want to read it off the paper.
It's okay though.
But
the people got what you meant.
Yeah. And I got your intro down because honestly, when people do lose that amount of weight, statistically, most people gain it back. It becomes that yo-yo cycle, and you have broken it. So if you could, I know, yay, where the applause?
Graffiti.
Oh, no.
Or what do you call it? Confetti. That's the word.
And that should come floating down, from the ceiling, balloons. But Cindy said next week they're going to install that.
Oh, good.
Okay, so
good.
you'll have to come
for
back
next
again.
time.
Right,
yes.
for the next time you're here. But if you could share with everyone, what got you started on that weight loss, and then what got you started opening up your practice?
So the beginning of the story goes back more than 20 years. I actually worked for a company right after Y2K, that far back. Worked for a company, and my job was to teach and train and motivate and mentor women who were starting their own businesses. And I noticed there was this bell curve where some people, you point them in the right direction, they go crazy. They're off to the races. Some people, you could probably do it for them and they would set it on fire just to watch it burn. Some people but the vast majority of people are somewhere along that bell curve where they want to do it. They're trying to do it and they can't figure out what's in the way. They can't figure out what's holding them back. And so that's really where I became fascinated with this question. And it's something I've revisited off and on over the years. Why is it we can't get ourselves to do what we sincerely want to do? And so that's really where it started. And I was working as a coach in 2018 and actually went for some additional training. And out of that training, I lost the weight. It was kind of a byproduct of getting myself in alignment, right? The thoughts and the feelings and the actions all aligned to help me lose the weight. And so it really came out of that curiosity of why can we not get ourselves to do what we want to do, and how do we remove those blocks? So it's been a culmination of a lot of study.
Yeah. And you were on this show November of 2021. And a lot of people, my husband and I haven't really spoken that much about it, but a lot of people do know that he successfully had open heart surgery a month later in December. And that was almost a month between the hospital and the physical rehabilitation center, and then months of care at home. And I was fraught with worry initially, obviously. And had I had not had that training with you as a way to get myself, centered on losing weight, I would have, and I was saying this to Jesse, out in the other office, that I would have, and Kim, I would have dove headfirst into vats of pasta. Okay. And then I would have followed that up with desserts of Nutella with banana.
Yes, I was thinking you would mention the Nutella. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
And so that all of that time that I had to deal with my husband's recovery and all of the stress, I did not binge eat or stress eat at all.
That's fantastic. I'm so
And
glad
it was because of what I learned from you.
Yeah, I'm so glad that we got a couple of weeks in. And of course, nobody knew that was going to happen, but that we had that time to work together and give you some tools, because this is one thing I see with a lot of my clients, a lot of emotional eating, a lot of stress eating. Because if the only tool you've ever used, and for me, it was subconscious. I didn't identify as an emotional eater. But the only tool I had when I didn't feel good to make myself feel better was food.
Yeah.
And so if you have that habit, you have that pattern until you get other tools to help you deal with your emotions. Maybe the EFT, kind of allowing those emotions, until you get other tools to help you deal with your emotions. Of course, you're going to turn to food.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. So this is the thing, is it's the mindset, which I said in the lovely intro that I butchered, but it is, a matter of people intellectually understand. You move a little bit more, you eat a little bit less. And honestly, if it really were just about that, everybody would be like the perfect size or whatever, that the doctors would be happy with, but so the mindset matters. So can you go into a little bit more about mindset? Because you have some tools.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and you mentioned everybody kind of knows what to do. We think we don't, because the diet industry gets in our head and says, oh, you need to only eat these things, or, follow this plan. But all of us really kind of know, probably eating a little less, probably eating a little healthier, probably moving a little more. And over time, that will get you where you want to go. The question is, why are we not doing it?
Yeah.
And that's where the mindset comes in, because, and this just clicked with me this morning. I thought, it's really all about alignment, because we have these thoughts that we want to lose weight, we want to be healthy, but then we also have thoughts about, well, I need ice cream to make myself feel better. I'm a sugar addict. I had a friend from college who said she was a quote unquote forever fat girl.
Ooh.
Yeah.
No, so, I'm still heavy, but I know
it's temporary.
That's not
Yes. Yeah. So if you have that thought, if it's part of your identity, whether it's conscious or subconscious, it's going to get in the way of you doing those things, right? So if I'm this girl from college who believes she's a forever fat girl, and you say, well, let's skip dessert today. Well, why bother? It's not going to matter. I'm a forever fat girl.
Oh, yeah.
And so bringing those things up to the conscious level where we can change them makes such a big difference. So it starts with the thoughts very much.
And how about misconceptions for weight loss? Are there any misconceptions that you would like for people to stop perpetuating? Sometimes people say, if you eat grapefruit for a month, cut out everything. All right, have a cup of coffee in the morning, but just eat grapefruit.
Yeah.
That's not a good thing. So what are some of the things that you would like for people to stop perpetuating?
One of the things that I tell my clients is don't do anything unless you're willing to more or less do that thing forever. So if you're willing to eat only grapefruit for the rest of your life and you think that's healthy and nutritious, I think most people know you need more than one food. So you have to be willing to do it forever. It's the same thing with the points. And I'm not anti any plan. If a plan works for you, awesome, rock and roll. But you have to be willing to continue to do that. Again, maybe you can ease off a little bit as you get into maintenance mode. But if you lose with points, you have to either continue counting points, or you may get to a place where you kind of have a feel for like, well, this is just my regular breakfast, my regular lunch. And I know if I have roughly this much, you have to internalize it, or you have to consciously do it forever. So that's one of the things I tell my clients is don't do something, oh, I'm going to do this for 90 days to lose the weight. And then I'm going to go back to the way I was eating that made me overweight. This has to be really a change, again, like mental, emotional, behavioral. It's forever.
It has to be sustainable.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Very true. So in the second half, we will talk about what it's like to work with you because people are going to want to know about that. But for the first half of the show, I want people to hear like your website. So how do they get in touch with you? Give everybody your website because we're filming this, but then, you know, we have iHeartRadio, 8 different podcasts. They can't see how lovely we look wearing tiaras right now.
We do look lovely in our tiaras.
So thank you for asking if we were going to wear them.
We decided the holidays go until the Feast of the Epiphany, at least in certain religious traditions, so we could stretch out the tiaras. Tiara season. So yes, my website is lisaduke.net, and there's plenty of information out there about kind of my philosophy, my background, my personal weight loss journey, so folks can get information at lisaduke.net.
And I love how you're putting out a lot of great content. So you're doing a lot of reels. So it's YouTube, it's Facebook, it's Instagram, and you really do share a lot of great information, inspirational things, and you're funny too.
Oh, thank you.
You're very entertaining.
I like to think so. I try.
So people can also find you on all the social media.
lisaduke.net/YouTube is a shortcut that'll take you straight to the YouTube channel. But yes, I'm Lisa Duke STS on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I have a personal page and a business page, so all the places.
Very good. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a break before Cindy prompts me, because I'm good about keeping my time. We have a lot more to discuss at Treasure Coast Connector. Stay tuned.
If you are a Medicare or Medicaid eligible, wouldn't you love cashback benefits with a zero premium? Hi, I'm Bob Larson with A Better Solution Insurance, your local agency for Florida Blue. We'll make it so you're not paying for your insurance and you're getting cash back. What a deal. There's no money coming out of your pocket. Call A Better Solution Insurance.
Call 257-8600. A Better Solution Insurance. We have a solution for you.
Right now at Sunshine Furniture, it's New Year sale time. We're clearing our warehouses to make room for new styles, and this means you can save on selected in-stock furniture from Lloyd Flanders, Beechcraft, Windward, Riverside, Universal, Capri, Telescope, and more. Sofas, dining sets, patio groups, occasional chairs, cabinets, bedroom sets, tables, lots of pieces on sale for inside and out. At Sunshine Furniture, we have the largest selection of coastal furniture anywhere, including a gallery of Lexington, Tommy Bahama Home, and Universal Coastal Living collections. Visit Sunshine Furniture now for our New Year sale. Also, all pictures, lamps, and accessories are half price. Sunshine Furniture, $12.95 US 1 in Vero Beach. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com, and don't forget to shop our outlet and sales store just across the street.
Sunshine Furniture, the best in every way. Have a sunshine day. Sunshine.
Revive Vero Beach, located next to Anytime Fitness on Oslo Road and 27th Avenue, has everything you need to look and feel your best, including hormone replacement therapy, stem cell therapy, sexual wellness, weight loss, laser aesthetics, hair, tattoo, and skin spot removal, Botox and fillers, cryotherapy, comprehensive blood work, and everybody's favorite, ozone and IV therapy. Refresh, renew, and revitalize yourself at Revive today. Call 772-492-6607. A member of the iTex trading community. Your iTex dollars are welcome.
Welcome back to Treasure Coast Connector. I'm your host, Ellen Contreras, and I've been chatting with Lisa Duke, and she's a certified weight loss coach. And it's just amazing. You know, you're an inspiration to a lot of people because you have shown before and after pictures. And for the people that are watching this, they can see that. So it's 50 pounds of weight loss that you have sustained for a long time. So that instantly is credibility right there, you know, because you've gone through it and you've figured it out, and now you're helping other people figure it out. And there's a term that you use ACE, the word ACE, but ACE means something. So what does that mean?
Yeah, well, A is for awareness. And we talked a little bit about some of those thoughts, maybe even a thought that's a personal identity, a thought about who you are. Bringing those things up to conscious awareness, whether it's just conversationally or using some of the other tools that I have, understanding what's in the way of the weight loss is really the first step. And for a lot of people, as soon as they get that awareness, they're like, oh, well, that's a terrible belief. Let me stop believing that. And it just like poof is instantly gone. For some people, it's a little stickier. And that's where we get into the clearing phase. So really clearing out what's in the way, digging into some of those deeper beliefs that people are not consciously aware of. And again, if the client gives permission, changing some of those beliefs so that they're able to lose weight and not have those things blocking them. And then the last part, the E, is for energy. And this is a little more woo-woo, a little more ephemeral, but I would say the most down-to-earth way to explain it is really, it's kind of the same as the attitude. So if somebody's really stuck in guilt or shame, those are like really, really heavy emotions. And so we may have to like energetically clear, either mental approach or an energetic approach, clear some of the guilt and the shame so that they're able to kind of get to that place of optimism, that place of possibility, that place of like, yes, it's working, I can do this. So that's where the energy piece comes in.
Well, very good. Very good. So now, you know, we've talked about a lot of different things, and I think that there are people that are committed to a sustainable change, but having a coach, you know, and as we know, the coaches do amazing things in the athletic world. They do amazing things in the business world. They do amazing things. You do amazing things in the weight loss world. So coaching is even more than accountability. It's so important to give people that foundation. So what is it like to work with you? I know, but I just want everybody else to know.
Let the people know.
Yeah.
So my clients typically meet with me via Zoom once a week for an hour. And again, that is flexible if you're on vacation, if I'm on vacation, but I like to keep it every week as consistently as we can, because again, it's providing that support, that accountability. I teach topics every week, and we will coach on what came up over the following week. So what got in the way, what messed us up, what got us off track. So I like to have it every week. So the initial package that people purchase, there's 4 of those weekly sessions. But my clients also, so if somebody's really short on time, the 4 hours is plenty. For those that really want to dig in and learn more and reinforce the concepts, there's also articles and videos on every single topic that I teach. Sometimes there are worksheets, other kinds of supporting materials. So for those who want to dive in and really rewire their brains as fast as they can, that supporting material really helps as well. And then I'm available during the week as well. If they need to email me, they can always reach out if there's some kind of a crisis or even something to celebrate. Yeah, so that's typically how people work with me.
Well, I never called you with a Nutella crisis. And I just want to publicly call out my friend Tammy McCormick. Do you know what she did to me? She gave me advice about the hurricanes, about certain things to have in the house. She said bananas and a little thing of Nutella. You know, if you lose power, it's nice, this and that. And I never had Nutella before. I'm a grown woman, never had it before.
She was the serpent in the garden, brought temptation in.
I know. She's still my friend, though. I love her. But yeah. So if you ever see us going back and forth with Nutella jokes,
that's where it all began.
Yes, it did. So now, again, with the second half, letting people know how they can get in touch with you that are listening to this podcast and iHeartRadio show.
The website is lisaduke.net, and that's lisaduke.net. And then from there, /schedule will get you to my online calendar if you want to learn more, if you have questions about potentially being a client. There's more information there. There's testimonials, videos at the bottom of the page if you want to hear from some of my other clients, or if you want to schedule an initial consultation. And also lisaduke.net/YouTube. There's tons of free advice, free videos. And like you said, I try to be funny when I can.
Yeah, no,
make it entertaining.
You deliver information in a very uplifting way, you know. So subscribe to her YouTube channel. That would be a good thing for people to do, because you actually do put out a tremendous amount of content. And yeah, I can't believe we're heading towards the end of the show. But one thing that you mentioned to me last week was being in a headspace. I liked this phrase. I wrote it down.
Oh,
headspace of optimism.
so good, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because, and this is a little much for this format, but you and I have talked about the model. So this is a tool that I learned at the Life Coach School, and it really talks kind of about how the world works. So there are things that happen in the world. There's our thought about it. There's a feeling that we have in response to that thought. And then there's the actions that those thoughts and feelings drive.
Mm-hmm.
So that headspace of optimism is like, what are the thoughts that are going to drive the feeling of optimism? What are the thoughts that are going to drive that positive energy that's going to help us move forward? And this is a great time of year for it. January,
Yeah.
it's a whole new year. It's a time when a lot of people really focus on their health goals. As a matter of fact, I have a workshop coming up this Saturday for those who see this before January 7th. lisaduke.net/2023, so /2023. We're going to be doing a really deep dive into some of these concepts for only $97. So it's a great taster.
That is a wonderful thing, because they will get a chance to really understand who you are and what you do and the potential for the help that they're going to get. So so this will air after that, but
okay.
it doesn't matter, because it's already out there on the podcasts
Okay.
and on social media.
All right. Yes.
So you're going to have people watching this that hopefully will sign up for that event. I will be there.
Yay.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I'll be happy to share, how it's helped me, and I'm still on my weight loss journey and all of that. So I lost weight and then I plateaued, and but that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Guess what's on my counter for like 3 weeks now?
What?
Nutella.
Unopened?
No, it's been opened.
But it's lasted 3 weeks.
But it's only a jar this big. It's not the 10-pound jar, the economy size, And actually, it has lasted. I've only dipped into it a couple of times. I'm allowing my husband to enjoy it.
There you go.
Yeah.
He's probably never gotten any before, right?
Yeah, very, very little. Very little. So
Yeah.
And before, we have about 1 minute left.
Sure.
So is there anything else you'd like to touch on that we didn't get to mention?
I think we really covered everything, but I think the biggest thing is not for people not to beat up on themselves if they've had a hard time. It's not you, it's the diet industry. It doesn't take the whole thoughts and feelings angle into consideration at all. So, be easy on yourself.
Yes. And, okay. So we have 2 minutes. So I will quickly share. So a lot of the things that I learn that are extremely valuable, I have learned back in my childhood. Sometimes we just should observe children. Okay, they're playing a game, they make a mistake, and you know what they say? Do-over. And then they carry on.
Yes.
They just carry on.
Yeah.
So instead of saying, oh, forget it, and then dive headfirst into a weekend long full of just ridiculous overeating, if you've overindulged in one meal, don't get down on yourself. Simply say, do-over.
Yeah.
And then start over again.
So good. It's about progress, not perfection.
Yes. And Debbie Goodman Venturina put that on her mirror in her bathroom.
Love that. Yeah. Whatever she's doing, we all need a scoop of that.
She's really and it's a little bit at a time.
Yes.
She hasn't done a drastic, and she looks fantastic. So So I wanted to say thank you so very much for being on this show. This is the right time of year, and you do have a little bit of opening. I think you have a few spots.
Yes.
So
Officially, I only have one spot open, but given the fact that it's January, I may take on a couple of clients. So don't let that scare you off.
Okay. Very good. Excellent. And so for those that are listening and watching, my name is Ellen Contreras, host of Treasure Coast Connector. I'll get my intro down correctly next week. But if you want information on the show and past episodes and things like that, do check out www.tcconnector.com. Until next week, I hope you are safe and happy and productive, and I miss you already.